up everyone, Morty Carson here, and today we're going to be going over my favorite quarterback throwing mechanic drills. These are going to be drills that will specifically help you in improving your throwing mechanics in a variety of different ways. Some will actually need equipment, some will not need equipment. Most of them just need like a football. And the big thing that I'm just working on here, so I have the dowel. I'm trying to make it so it's basically facing straight ahead the whole time. And then I'm just working on rotating through my hips. So as I'm going here, I'm really pushing off, getting my hips to open up all the way and trying to keep that dowel facing straight ahead. This is similar to like the famous DAC drill where, you're going in and just kind of working on being able to just open up the hips and get those hips to face all the way straight ahead. Keep the shoulders facing straight to create disassociation between the shoulder joint. People talk about hip and shoulder disassociation. What they're talking about is being able to get the hips to move one way and keep the shoulders to move the other way. And this is a great drill to be able to do that, primarily focusing on the lower body. So now we're going to go ahead and go to the upper body. So this is the same type of thing. So now I'm just trying to create rotation in my upper body, just rotating through there and keeping my lower body nice and stable. This is a drill that I learned in golfing and something that I think really helps in being able to create a lot of rotation within what's called your thoracic spine or mid-back. This one's great for just improving your wrist flex. So you can see here, I have the nose facing straight ahead with the football. A lot of times when people start off, they'll have the nose of the football facing off to the side or facing up. You want to make it so it's facing straight ahead, right? See where the nose of the football is. And then from there, I'm just working on being able to flick my wrist, right? So I'm bending the elbow or have the elbow bent, and then I want to work on extending the elbow. And this is an important thing as well. You want to extend the elbow first and then get internal rotation of the shoulder. So notice how I've created extension in my arm first, and then I'm going to rotate down and through, and just working on being able to really understand how to flick the wrist the best that you can. This one's going to be for people that end up opening up with their front shoulder a little bit too much, right? So you can see me kind of keeping my front shoulder closed the best that I can. Obviously, as you come through, you're going to open it up a little bit, but really just focusing on being able to get my elbow all the way through, not open up my shoulder too much, or at least not lead by opening up the shoulders. You want the hips to open up first and then going through the throw like that. Next one's going to be for athletes that can work on their front foot stability. Really everybody, I think, as a quarterback that is working on their throwing mechanics can improve their front foot stability. So essentially what you do is you go onto your front leg, you shift all your weight forward, and then from there, you just hop right back. Right, and so there's going to be guys that will go under that front leg and will be off balance, kind of going off to the side, maybe going too far forward. And then what you want to just do is just work on hopping back to the back leg and making it so you can really build some more stability and control in that front leg. I do think there's a lot of different drills, a lot of different balance drills that you could do for that front leg. If you want me to make a video just specifically for front leg stabilization, leave that in the comments down below. This one's going to be for really allowing you to get a better understanding of how to use the wrist. I see this with people that end up pushing the ball too much, right? So when you get that elbow too low and you end up trying to like push the ball and really don't create very much rotation in the wrist. Here you can see I'm trying to rotate that wrist to make it so it's coming straight ahead, or the nose of the football is facing straight ahead, so I'm able to get extension and come down through the ball best I can instead of being, more of that pushing type of a movement. This one's going to be for people that have an issue with their back leg and being able to create force out of their back leg. So what I'm going to just do, and you can do this from a variety of different ways, but I'm just going to hop forward here just for this one, land on that front leg, have nice, good control, stabilization, and then push, drive forward, and deliver the throw. Right? And so by being able to land in that leg, you're able to stabilize, understand how to create that downward force into the ground, and then from there, push off the ground and generate force horizontally into your throw. This one's going to be for people that struggle with getting on top of the ball. Usually that happens a lot more in like the deeper throws, so I'm really emphasizing more of a deep throw here, and then I'm getting the hand on top of the ball. I end up throwing the ball pretty low on that one. This is going to be for if you get the ball too far back behind your head. So essentially what you're doing is you're getting the dowel back behind your head a little bit, and then from there you just work on going through the throw from that position, right? So here I would just go through and throw the ball. You can see me, I don't really have too much of a problem getting that ball too far back behind my head, but essentially what happens is that if you load and have bad mechanics, you're going to go all the way back and hit that dowel there with your hand. It's going to be it's like a wall drill here is what I call it. This is going to be for people that end up going too far out to the side with their ball, throwing a little bit too sidearm. So you just go up against the wall here and just work on being able to drive that elbow up on top. Make sure, again, you're getting that wrist in a good neutral position and getting that elbow all the way through, and just working on being able to really master keeping that elbow in a good position during the throw, getting the wrist on top and finishing through like that instead of, again, going too far sidearm. This is going to be the last one, and I think this almost might be the most important, which is just a video to help you in understanding how to create kinematic sequencing, right? Because we talked about this before, where you want to be able to drive out that back leg, keep that shoulder closed, then slowly open up your front shoulder, then come through with the elbow, make sure the wrist is in a good position. So I'm just making sure I'm feeling all the things that I want to feel in the throw and just working on all the small little details, and then from there actually coming through and finishing the throw. So just working on my timing, my sequencing, making sure everything's nice and aligned. I think this is a great thing to do in front of the mirror, just because you can see yourself. If you have something where you're leaning off to the side too much, or not getting your hips all the way through, or anything like that, you can see it and be able to correct it. So it's a great exercise to do. I do think these are things that you could do on a fairly daily basis in order to really master your throwing mechanics and make sure you're able to get the most out of your ability to throw the ball accurately, with more distance, with more power.